Hello to all my Patreon backers. Brian Zane here with your exclusive predictions video for Extreme Rules 2018. Yes, I am wearing a new pair of glasses. We all have to get used to it. Let's begin with the pre-show match that's been scheduled, a tables match as Sanity takes on the New Day. Of course, Sanity, they were kind of a hot and cold start for them. They got some vignettes, then they were never heard from again for a while, and they showed up on SmackDown and started losing matches. So here we are now with this tables match. My pick for this match here at Extreme Rules is going to go to Sanity. This will be a good opportunity to establish them and hopefully regain some heat after losing those first two matches on SmackDown. They need the win far more than the New Day. The New Day are very good gatekeepers, I think, in terms of bringing in new tag teams and people who get those pushes. The New Day, for as over as they are, they could lose 100-fold and still be over. So yeah, they'll eat the loss here. U.S. Championship on the line as Jeff Hardy defends against Shinsuke Nakamura. Speaking of someone who needs a quality win now and then is the man Shinsuke himself. He just came off of a pretty one-sided affair with AJ Styles going back since WrestleMania. They fought over and over again, and it seemed that each match got more and more frustrating with the finishes that we got until finally at Money in the Bank, AJ won and it kind of ended the feud with that last man standing matchup. And so Shinsuke definitely needs a big win to bounce back and be seen as somewhat of a threat in the eyes of SmackDown fans. So my pick is Shinsuke is going to win the championship here. Jeff winning the belt was cool, but Shinsuke is the one who should have it now. And yes, I'm aware of the whole, oh, evil foreigner having the U.S. title. It's a trope that's been done to death since the 80s. We all know this. We just have to move on from it, though. I think Shinsuke will look good with the title, though. In what very well could be the match of the night, in a 30-minute Iron Man match, Dolph Ziggler defends the IC title against Seth Rollins. This is going to be, I mean, we've seen how well these two can compete against each other in the past, in recent weeks, and so I expect nothing less from the two of them in this matchup here. My ultimate pick, though, is that Dolph Ziggler will retain, probably due to some last-minute chicanery. Dolph will hold on by 1 point. Seth could rally back, and then Drew McIntyre, the X Factor, will do something to cost Seth the match ultimately, and so Ziggler will retain. I believe this would set up a rematch at SummerSlam, either between the two of them, or a triple threat with Drew, or maybe a fatal four-way, or a five-way with some additional bodies that they don't know what to do with certain people going into that matchup. But I think, yeah, this could very well be the match of the night. Finn Balor takes on Constable Baron Corbin in a singles, non-stipulation, no frills kind of matchup here, which is ironic given the name of this pay-per-view. Be that as it may, and I've said before at Who Wore It Better my feelings about this whole feud and the fact that it's basically built upon big versus little. The big guy is super confident he can beat the little guy. We literally just saw this weeks ago with Daniel Bryan and Big Cass. We know how that turned out. So my pick for this one is going to be kind of a continuation of the same thing, and the little guy will win again. Finn Balor will come out on top. The only reason I picked Balor for this one, though, is because part of me, my gut wants to say Corbin's going to win because he's got the authority status, so it's giving him a bit of more of a push lately. But so far, and looking ahead at the rest of the card, my picks do lean kind of heel heavy, so I think just for the sake of balance, I think Finn probably should win this one. But again, anything's possible. Steel cage match, Braun Strowman taking on Kevin Owens. Just every week it seems lately, ever since Money in the Bank, Strowman has made Kevin's life a living hell and just beating him within an inch of his life, knocking him off of ladders, like beating him up and throwing him in porta potties and throwing the porta potties off the stage. So it's been a pretty one-sided affair. My bold prediction is that Kevin Owens will win this steel cage match, and they're going to do it by recreating not only St. Valentine's Day Massacre from 1999, but also Greatest Royal Rumble match between Lesnar and Reigns, where Strowman is going to be so full of himself. He's going to pick up Owens, he's going to throw him against the cage wall, it's going to break somehow, Kevin will stumble out and hit the floor first, and so just by sheer luck, sheer dumb luck, Kevin Owens is going to win and live to fight another day, and Strowman will go, what? SmackDown Women's Championship on the line as Carmella, accompanied by Jimmy Jam Ellsworth, takes on Asuka. My pick for this matchup here, it's got to be Asuka. It has to be Asuka, because between the fact that she lost via shady circumstances at Money in the Bank with the help of James Ellsworth, and then having just gotten beat down and laid out almost every week between Money in the Bank and now at Extreme Rules, Asuka kind of has to win, because otherwise all the time they've spent building her up as this unstoppable force and this huge win streak will ultimately mean nothing. And I sound a bit alarmist and dramatic there, and I think it's just more of a case, to me it's more important than like Shinsuke, because last year around this time I was like, well, Shinsuke's got to win here, he's got to win here, he's got to win here. This one to me feels more vital and more important than Asuka win, because the difference between Asuka and Shinsuke is Asuka Asuka did have this huge win streak. That was her whole thing. That was the basis of her character. Much like The Undertaker was defined by the streak for the longest time, Asuka has been defined by her unbeaten streak. And so, obviously it doesn't exist anymore. That's fine, we gotta move on. But if Asuka can't win this matchup here, then it just seems so wasteful. And I think if they wait for them to pull the trigger on it at SummerSlam, it will be too late. So my pick is Asuka winning here, setting up a rematch from WrestleMania between Asuka and Charlotte for the Women's Championship, and a big rematch, because now that the roles have been reversed. Asuka has the championship now, Charlotte's a challenger. I really want to see that rematch. In the only Extreme Rules match of the entire Extreme Rules pay-per-view, it's Alexa Bliss defending the Raw Women's Championship against Nia Jax. My pick for this match is Alexa Bliss retaining. We can only hope this match will be more exciting and more extreme than last year's kendo stick debacle with Bayley. Something's going to happen that will still make Nia look strong in spite of losing the championship. Some little mistake or some outside interference thing that will protect her in some way. She will not lose solely on the merit of Alexa Bliss's ability in the ring. With Ronda Rousey, they're plugging the fact she's going to be front row at the show. My first thought when I saw this matchup was, well, she's going to cost Alexa the match. Obviously, it's not going to happen because the real money is the chase between Ronda and Alexa at SummerSlam. So how do we get to that point? I think Ronda will not be involved in the match itself, but I'm guessing there will be a stare down and a possible fracas on Sunday after the match. For reals this time, folks, the Raw Tag titles on the line as the Deleters of Worlds defend against the B Team. I erroneously thought this match was going to be at Money in the Bank. I was wrong. It was saved for this show. Be that as it may, I'm going with my original pick. The B Team is going to win the match, going to shock the world, and become the new Raw Tag Team Champions. However, I'm also sticking with my original plan afterward. Either the next night or sometime very soon after Bo and Curtis win the matchup, some other big bad tag team like AOP or someone like it, probably AOP because there's no one else that's built up at this point, will show up and just yank the belts right off them. SmackDown tag titles on the line as the Bludgeon Bros defend against the newly reunited Team Hell No. Now I think there's a bit of a parallel between this tag title match and the Raw one, in that both teams of challengers are kind of like feel-good stories. The return of Daniel Bryan, just the joy that a lot of us feel in our hearts when the B Team does their wacky shit. I think that both are kind of similar in that way, even though the circumstances to how they formed is very different. And much like the Raw Tag title match, I predict the titles will change hands here. I believe they will capitalize on the success and the popularity of Team Hell No, and they will win the tag titles here, if only for a brief bit. I don't know who they're going to drop it to after this, but I think it will be a nice feel-good moment, not such a long reign, because hey, somebody in that team still got to go back and run for mayor in Tennessee. So I do expect the belts to trade hands a little bit shortly after that, but Team Hell No winning, I think, will be a good moment for the show. In what really should be an Extreme Rules match, or literally any kind of stipulation match, we've got Bobby Lashley versus Roman Reigns, who is the big dog on Monday Night Raw in the absence of Brock Lesnar. My pick for this is Roman Reigns. Just get it over with already. Let's have Reigns officially be the top guy on Raw, so he'll be in line for a match with Brock Lesnar for the title at some point to be determined. At this point, who the hell knows anymore? SummerSlam, maybe. Who knows? I am with bated breath, just waiting to see what the fuck they're going to do with Brock Lesnar in the future. But this match could be good. I do like Lashley's stuff. I think he got so much better in Impact over the years. And Reigns, no matter what you say about him, is a good worker. I think this will be a good match. The fans probably going to shit on it, but if you just mute the crowd noise, maybe you'll enjoy it. I don't know. In what should be the main event, but probably won't be, AJ Styles defends the championship against Rusev. And now my pick, it goes against every fiber of my being when I say this, but I believe Styles will retain. As much fun and as cool as it would be to see Rusev just come out of nowhere and get a shot at the gold, much like Jinder Mahal last year, I don't think it's his time just yet. It definitely feels like a filler angle to get us ready for SummerSlam when AJ defends against, again, whoever. I feel like I'm very kind of lost with both title scenes now, with the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship. Who's really in line right now with either belt to claim and challenge the champion? Lesnar Reigns seems obvious, but with the rumors that Lesnar might not even be working SummerSlam, who really knows? And so then with the WWE Championship picture with AJ, it feels equally murky to me, where there doesn't seem to be any kind of one person in the position of challenger who I think would make a convincing match where anyone could win. But yeah, that's my feeling. I think as fun as it would be for Rusev to be the champion, I don't think it's going to happen on Sunday. Well, those are my picks for Extreme Rules. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your patronage. I truly and deeply am honored and humbled and flattered by all of your guys and gals' support over the months here on Patreon. The money you've been pledging to me truly means the world to me and makes a profound impact on the success and the course of this channel. If you have any other suggestions of what other kind of exclusive content you want to see here on the Patreon page, please let me know in the comments section, because I'm always open to suggestions. And let me know your thoughts about Extreme Rules, your predictions in the comment section below. I'll see you on the other side on the YouTube channel for my Extreme Rules review coming out either late Sunday night or early Monday morning. I'm Brian Zane, and I'll see you next time.